The Jadon Sancho camp believe his deal to Manchester United is done. Borussia Dortmund say it should be announced next week. Jan-Uge Fjørtoft has updated us all. Plus, Fonseca has seemingly accepted the job at Tottenham Hotspur. But so far, Tottenham haven't made the offer official, and we want to delve into why. Hit that like button. Hit this share button. Jadon Sancho is becoming ever closer. Here we go. Hello, welcome back to the Football Terrace. Big major updates in the transfer market and in the managerial hunt from a Tottenham point of view this afternoon. First of all, Jadon Sancho. His deal to Manchester United moves ever closer. Jan Fjørtoft here has updated everybody and stated, Team Sancho thinks it's a done deal. In Dortmund, it could happen next week. Man United know the price. Of 90 million euros plus 5 million add-ons. It's going to equate to exactly, this deal is going to come in. You know, the other day it was 80 plus 20, 80 million pounds plus 20 million. It's all being filtered down. It is going to be 90 plus 5, 95 million euros in total. Run that through your calculators, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to come in between 80 and 85 million pounds. This deal is getting ever closer. Jadon Sancho's team are relaxed. Man United are confident this is going to happen. The deal is moving ever closer to being confirmed. It's the first time as well we've had an update at all like this year or last, where the camp of Jadon Sancho are convinced that it is a done deal. I want your views. I want your opinions on that, my wonderful audience. I really do. If you're watching on Twitter, please retweet this. Please hit the like button and follow us. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe, but turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss any further updates from us. And if you're watching over on Twitch, make sure you hit the follow button, please. Andrew here says, Terry with the clickbait. Jan Fjørtoft has literally just tweeted that the Sancho team think it's a done deal. So I'm literally reporting what Jan Fjørtoft has said. In relation to Fonseca, let's go through what's been said about Fonseca this afternoon. This is very interesting for me. Okay, so Fonseca is now, this is what Fabrizio said, Fonseca is now open to accept the potential contract terms to join Tottenham as the new manager. It's up to the Spurs now, the board now, to decide whether to appoint the Portuguese new manager. So what that means in real money is through intermediaries, they've had conversations. They've suggested the project, the salary, the transfer budget, the plan, the length of contract that they would officially offer. Fonseca has accepted the job. He said, I'm open to coming. I want the job. What Tottenham are now waiting for is for Daniel Levy and co. to submit the official offer. If it was a transfer, it would be the official bid, but it's the official offer to send the contract through and say, can we get this deal done? What is interesting is that the discussions have been had. The debates have been had. The manager has accepted what would be officially offered. We all know that the negotiations go on without an official offer all the time. My question is, why do you think Tottenham are stalling? Why do you think Tottenham are stalling on offering the official contract? Think about what Fabrizio had just said. Fonseca is open to agreeing and accepting the contract terms to join Tottenham as the new manager until 2024. And it's actually a 2-year deal with a 1-year extension option. It's up to the Spurs board now to decide whether to appoint the Portuguese new manager. So 3 days they've been in talks with him. They've told him what they'd be willing to give him. He's accepted it, but they just need to make the offer official. Why? Why are they not doing it? Robbo here says, great to get this Sancho deal done before his amazing Euros and other clubs come in for him. That could be a genuine deciding factor in this. I still think there could be another major update again tonight on this. But the the Jadon Sancho camp think this is now a done deal. Spurs fans will want to hear from you as well in relation to this. Yes, RIP to Kipster. I didn't actually know who this young man was until this morning. I saw lots of people retweeting and sharing things. Really sad news to wake up to today. It really, really was. And yeah, my heartfelt condolences go out to him, his family, his loved ones, his friends. Very, very sad news indeed. Such a young man, far too early to go. There's no, yeah, just terrible. Really, really is. So people saying that I'm making this up. Okay, mate. Okay. I mean, do you know what? Do you know what? You're on to me. I've got a confession. Fabrizio Romano and Jan Orge Fjortov are tied up in my basement. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell it. Listen, shh, come here. I make them tweet lies. I threaten them. I make them scared. I don't let them have any food. And I make them tweet out lies. I make them tell you lies. That's what I do. Don't keep it between us, okay? Don't let anybody else know. Don't let anybody else know, okay? Please. Please, please, please. Listen, by the way, I know that comment up, I know he believed me. I was talking more about the people like, oh, Terry's making this up. If you don't believe Fabrizio, if you don't believe Jan, great. Don't ever got me. Jeez. There we go. I know you said you believe me. I wasn't saying I was talking about the people you were referring to. It's crazy. It's not about believing me. I'm telling you what's being said. But I'm going to open up the lines up because I want you to come on and have your say. The Spurs deal is the one that intrigues me here. Why? Why, oh, why, oh, why? For what reason are they not making the official offer? Is this a smokescreen? Are they still holding out for a better manager? Are they still holding out for something different? Or are they worried about the backlash? Are they worried about the backlash? So maybe there's some other news on the horizon. Maybe there's some other news that's close to being released that they can kind of slip this in with. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But it seems strange that you miss out on all your other targets. You're then in 3 days in negotiations. This manager says he's accepting, and you don't make the offer official yet. I find that very, very strange indeed. I really do. I really do. A comment here says 95 million. It's 95 million euros for Sancho. We need a CDM and a centre back. I'm willing to watch Greenwood on the right for a season, but I can't watch McFred and Lindelof. Man United need Jadon Sancho's position desperately. We've needed it since 2009. It is the most important position for Man United to fill this year. We're an attacking team. We do majority attacking. We need that balance, and then the rest can come after it. That needs to be in play. No doubt about it whatsoever. That needs to be it. Chris George here says Levy doesn't want him. Well, maybe that's it. But again, my question is why? Why? Keep asking that question, why? Chowdhury says, really don't care for Spurs. I know if you're a Man United fan, you don't care about talking about them on here. Terry, you sound like the boy who said, I see dead people. Well, look, people think I make Fabrizio and Jan say things. It's very strange. What keeps rearing its head, though, in relation to what keeps sort of rearing its head in relation to Spurs' search for a new manager? I keep seeing articles where Conte's name is mentioned. Still keep seeing his name. I don't know anything. I'm not claiming to know anything. I tell you what it is. I still think Spurs are holding out for a better coach. Can they get Conte to maybe lower his expectations a little bit? Can they convince Ten Hag? Is there still something in Poch? I know PSG have always said he definitely isn't leaving, But maybe if PSG situation changes and maybe a potential replacement they want becomes available, it could change. Spurs seem like they're delaying for some reason or another, and I'm genuinely intrigued as to why. I want your views and opinions here. We're going to share the link now in the comment section for you to phone in and have your say. The first poll we're going to put up, though, on Twitter, the first poll we're going to put up today is, do you believe Jan is the Sancho deal done? Do you believe him? That's the first question that I'm posing into you. Do you believe Jan is the Sancho deal done? That's the first question we're putting in the live chat for you today. By the way, thank you very, very much to I want to get your name right. I actually want to put it up on the screen if I can find it, but I can't find the comment, unfortunately. Where's the comment gone? It's annoying me. There it is. There it is. Thank you, my guy, for becoming a squad member. Devav, thank you very much for becoming a squad member of the Football Terrace. It means a great, great deal to us. It truly does. Hi to you over there on Twitch. Hope you are well. I hope you're well if you're watching on our Twitch page right now. Gavin here says Terry is going all Silence of the Lambs on Fabrizio and Lan. Yeah, listen, Fabrizio and Jan don't even know anything. They're not even journalists. Jan Fjortov isn't the ex-footballer that played in the Premier League. They are proxies. I've invented them essentially. I've gone all Moriarty. I've gone all Moriarty on everybody and invented all these characters, and I make them tweet news just so I can make a video about it. I go to all that monetary expense to create fake people, build a dungeon, hold them hostage, make them tweet, make them rich, just to make a YouTube video. Think about it logically. Oh, I love this game. We've got a big comment here from one of our Twitch followers who says, there's also big news rumors surrounding Chelsea after the media silence yesterday, saying there was trying to work out a secure for the Haaland deal and have been talking to Hakimi's team. If all these deals happen with Man United, Man City and Chelsea, the Prem is going to be incredible to watch. I agree with that. It will be absolutely incredible. It will be absolutely incredible to watch next season. There is no doubt about it whatsoever. It will be phenomenal. It really will. Let's go to I'll try to work out a structure for the deal. Sorry if I misread that. I apologize. Let's go to the first caller. We're going to go to Pav, who's with us now. Pav, what are you saying, bro?
I'm good, man. Yeah, this Sancho thing, I said to you a couple of days ago, I said I've lost excitement for the deal because of what happened last year. But then the last day or two, I see all the journalists bringing this to a close, and the excitement just come back. I was like, oh, it's actually happening, because I honestly, Terry, I didn't really have any hope for it. I just thought it's a lot of money. Is the club going to do it? But yeah, the excitement's kind of come back, even though I said I wasn't going to get excited about it. And yeah, it looks like he's going to be our player now. That right wing position, even though he could play up the top anywhere, it's finally going to get filled since Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah, looks like they put that first bid in. Obviously, people sitting there moaning about why are we offering that, or why are we offering these long pay structures. It's kind of what happens in football. You have to do them things. You have to try and get a cheaper deal. You have to give a deal out what's best for yourself. But yeah, it looks like hopefully it should be done next week. I can't see it being done before Sunday now, with England playing. But obviously, I can't remember who it was who said it. I think it might have been Fabrizio on another channel. He said that the medicals can be done while they're in their camps. I think there's
you're absolutely right. The Sancho deal is fairly easy to get done for Man United because the England camp's here in the UK, and the England camp will be very accommodating to any of these deals that are ongoing because they just want it done and dusted quickly so the player can focus on England duty. Plus, even though they're going to be in the UK, they're going to be in the camp. It's notorious that players get bored in these camps. It's probably a nice welcome break. Let's just say, for instance, the deal isn't done today and the medical has to take place next week. It will probably be a blessing for Jadon Sancho to spend, let's just say, half of Tuesday not in the England camp or not bored in the England camp playing pool and table tennis and actually doing something exciting. So the medical side of things isn't going to be a problem at all. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. It does appear like it's moving further forward. What I'm encouraged by is Jan Fjørtoft, because Jan Fjørtoft was a journalist I spoke to a number of times behind the scenes last year. He came on the terrace as well. And whenever there was a British update of deals moving forward, the deal's going to be done, I would message him and he would quite invariably come back and just say, there's nothing from the Jadon Sancho camp and there is nothing from Germany. A lot of these updates from Jan Fjørtoft are from Sancho's camp. They're from the German side of things rather than the English, him just reiterating what the English press is saying. So it's really intriguing. And just as he tweets it out, Fabrizio retweets what he said earlier on today, which was that, again, 95 million euros is going to be the deal. So there's some things to really point out here. Man United are not paying 80 plus 20, so 100 million pounds. It's going to be 95 million in total, 95 million euros in total. 5 million euros of that is add-on bonuses. And this is where people need to sort of get things right. So the other day when people said Man United only bid 70 odd million pounds, that isn't so far away from what we're actually going to settle with. So 70 million, okay, and we're going to probably end up paying around 82. There's not this 20 odd million pound differential plus add-ons that was all being spun in the media. So we're going to end up paying around 80 million pounds. Between 80 and 85 million pounds is what we're going to end up paying. The big stumbling point has been the structure. Man United wanted to pay that over a 5-year period, where Dortmund won it over a 3-year period. That's quite simply it. And I believe that was the major sticking point rather than the fee or anything else.
Just before I go, I just want to say, obviously, if they get this medical done, the structure sorted, it gives them like a whole month. You know how we were talking about the coverage of Sancho, how they want to obviously get it in the media. It gives them a whole month to work with his team and the team at United to sort out this big what's the word?
Announcement, yeah,
a big announcement. I don't know what they want to do, music videos, whatnot.
Yeah, I don't think they'll drop it like that. They won't be able to do it in that same way because that was almost secretive. But they'll be able to do a nice big announcement. Pav, listen, great call, mate, as ever. Thank you very much for coming on. Really appreciate it, bro. Top man. Josh here with a super chat who says, good news about Sancho, Terry. Good morning from across the pond. By the way, when does the WhatsApp group start? We're going to do the WhatsApp group. I'm just waiting to hear back from someone technical because I need to be able to protect all of your phone numbers. And we're going to do that in a way. We're going to set the group up and then all legend and superfan members will be able to join this WhatsApp group. And I'll just be posting updates in there, a number of videos per week and things like that. It's an extra way of staying in contact with you all. So yeah, really looking forward to that. If you want to phone in and have your say today on the show, the link is in the live comment section. Now, let's take a look at the poll before we go to more calls. 48% say they believe Jan Fjørtoft that the deal is done, as in they believe his tweet, the deal's done from the camp point of view. Of course, 52% saying they do not believe it at this time. If you don't believe it, why? If you do not believe it, then why are you saying that? Let's do some more of these comments here. Next on the show, we're going to go to True Red Devil. I believe that's Russell. How you doing, mate?
What's going on, Terry? How are you?
Yeah, I'm very, very well. What do you make of Jan Fjørtoft's update?
Loving it, man. But again, until he's holding up the shirt at the end of the day. But I like the direction in which he's going in, man. And I need to put a disclaimer out there as a TFT fan for a while now. You gotta admit it, Terry. I kind of get a lot of things right in terms of Man United.
Who, you?
Yep.
Do you?
Because I always take it back in the conversations we have, and I remember we had a conversation about this whole Sancho bit, and there was a narrative before Cavani signed his new deal that Man United's priority this summer was going to be a striker because the strikers that we have are so terrible. There we
I'm very
go.
sorry. I'm very, very sorry. Just very, very quickly. So Fabrizio Romano has just updated his Insta story, and it is a picture of Jadon Sancho in a Manchester United shirt. Jadon Sancho in a Man United shirt. It's obviously a mocked someone's put like a Photoshop together, but Fabrizio Romano has just put that out. I will share it on the screen here. I'll share it on the screen so you can all see it. So that, again, just in case somebody thinks I'm making this up. I don't know why anybody would think I'd make it up, but here's his story on the screen. We're gonna move forward. This is what he put out. I was about Panama. This is his recent story. That is what Fabrizio Romano has just shared on his Insta story. Russell, yeah, sorry, continue.
That just threw me off, man, because that doesn't look photoshopped at all. But I don't know. What do you think, Terry? Because that just threw me off just now. That looks legit.
It's definitely photoshopped, but Fabrizio's put it out. Like, doesn't, because it's from Transfer, who are a brilliant Instagram account. But, anyway, back to your point, mate. Back to your point. What were you saying?
Yes. So I don't know. I think it's good, but preferably still the CDM position, man. That's what I'm worried about right now. And with this Jadon Sancho thing, again, man, it's confusing with all these pictures now coming up. I think it's going to happen. That's what I think. I think they waited one season. I think Sancho wants to come. I think Dortmund have put signs in the media.
Can you do me a favor? Can you talk a little bit closer to your microphone? It's very faint.
Sorry, man. Can you hear me now?
That's better.
Yeah, so I was just saying, so I think Dortmund have put a few feelers into the media that they're willing to let him go this summer. And I think everyone is aware of his options or his preferred options. So in terms of Sancho, I'm pretty confident, but hoping more for a CDM than really Sancho, to be honest.
I hear you on that. Listen, Russell, thanks for coming on, mate, and having your say.
I'm sorry, that just threw me
buddy.
off.
Thank you very, very much indeed. Everyone who's just tuning in, breaking news this afternoon. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that the Manchester United deal is moving ever closer. Jan Fjortov has said that from his information, the Jadon Sancho can't believe the deal is done and that Dortmund think it will be completed next week. The fee will be around 81 to 82 million pounds in its entirety. Remember the other day, the media were telling us 80 plus 20, 100 million pounds. It will be around 80 to 81 million pounds. No more than this. It will be paid probably between a 3 to 4 year period in terms of installments. The players' personal terms, agent terms are agreed. On Tottenham Hotspur, because we are speaking Spurs as well. We want to hear from you on that. Fonseca has been offered something. It's not an official offer from Tottenham. It's what they would be willing to give him should they want him as manager. It's one of these weird kind of unofficial offers that go in. He's accepted it. He's waiting for Daniel Levy to press the green button and say, do you officially want to be our new manager, and put the contract through? It's a 3-year deal, 2-year deal with a 1-year extension. But Spurs haven't put the official offer in yet. Spurs haven't offered him the contract yet. My question to that is why? What are Tottenham waiting for? What are Tottenham waiting for? Hit that like button, hit that share button for me. The super chat here from Derek, who says, I want it to be true and get excited over it. Until I see him holding the United shirt, I will believe it. I just don't want to get my hopes up again and it not happen. I hear you, Derek, but it's going to happen here, my guy. It's going to happen. Next on the show, we are going to get Mohammed. Mohammed is a Manchester United fan. Welcome back to the Terrace, buddy. What do you want to say?
How's it going, Terry? You all right?
How you doing?
First and foremost, Jadon Sancho, welcome to the juggernaut of world football. Welcome to the biggest club on the planet. I'm so excited about this news. If it is true, welcome to the biggest club in the world. Second of all, about Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba will sign that deal because where's Paul Pogba going to go? You got Sancho coming. Once Sancho comes, Trippier's going to come. Once Trippier comes, we're going to sign Varane. And after that, we're going to get a top CDM. And after we've done all that, right at the end of the transfer window, Terry, we're going to announce Harry Kane to Manchester United. And they're probably going to be like, yep, where do I sign? And they're probably going to sign it. And there you go.
Yeah, the Paul Pogba situation is interesting to me. It's about someone coming out and making a proper offer, if that makes sense. Making a proper offer as far as that makes sense, and no one's done that. You know, the one thing I'd say over the past 2 summers, there's been a lot of talk every summer about him leaving, but no club has made an official bid for him yet. So I don't know what that says. People that don't like Pogba will say because he isn't worth the money. People that love him will just say, you know, that the bad finances or you know, COVID settings have stopped him from leaving, and it's sort of that's what's kept him at the football club. But at the end of the day, if nobody puts a bid in for him, he isn't going to go. But then Man United, sorry, mate, let me just finish. Then Man United face a really tough decision because maybe some of these clubs are just waiting for his contract to run out, and then Man United find themselves in a difficult situation.
They can do that, and of course, if Pogba doesn't want to sign, he doesn't want to sign. But I'm like thinking, mate, this is where it's happening. This is where, you know, hopefully they get Varane, Trippier, Sancho. They get top CDM, and then, you know, go from there. And what, you're gonna go Real Madrid? Real Madrid is in a rebuilding job. Juventus, no one wants to go. Like, stay at Man United, man. This is where it's happening. This is the place to be at. No club in the world is doing what we're doing, and, you know, who knows? Next year, Harry Kane might come to United if we get everything done. Harry Kane might come to United next year. Like, where else do you want to go? Where else? Which team is going to give you this kind of platform with all these players? And you got a manager there that you know, you trust. He likes you. He's looking like he's going to be a long-term manager of Man United. So you've got some sort of stability. What if you go Real and you don't get along with Ancelotti or stuff like that? I think Pogba will sign at United. The reason why, Terry, his family is here. You know, I think now, you know, United is his home now. You know, I think he's settled in.
I hear you on that. I do hear you on that. I really do.
I think Terry, he'll sign. Trust me, he'll sign the contract.
I'll come back to you when we get the announcement on that. My guy, thank you for calling in and having me today. Really appreciate it, buddy. Top man. Thank you. Micah here with the super chat says, "Big up, bro. United need a top right back. Imagine their 3 bitter rivals having Trent, Hakimi, Cancelo, arguably the 3 best right backs in the world." I really like AWB. I definitely think Sancho's position is the priority. Kieran Trippier as a backup would be great. Who else are we going to go for legitimately in that role? I don't know. The United Muppeteers have tweeted here and said, I want to put their tweet says, "Just relax. There's no major rush. They're working on getting the final agreement and everyone involved thinks they will. But these things do take time." And that's very, very true. This Sancho deal might go beyond the Euros, but stay relaxed, ladies and gentlemen. Stay relaxed. A comment here from one of our members says, "We are not getting Haaland. Should we have been done by now?" Sorry. "We are not getting Haaland. Should have been done by now. We will end up with Ings." Come on, you're a Chelsea fan. Chelsea never bid this early in a transfer window for their main stars, do they? I wouldn't even be worried in any way, any shape, or any form. I really, really wouldn't if I was you. Next on the show, we're gonna have Happy with us here. What you saying, buddy?
Hey Terry, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm very good. Who do you support, my friend?
Man United, of course.
Good stuff. Jadon Sancho. Jan Fjortov says that the Sancho camp think it is a done deal. It seems like it's drawing closer. Give me your thoughts, mate.
Honestly, Terry, I want to believe it. I really want to believe it, but until he's holding up that shirt, for me, it's whatever, man. It's whatever.
I hear you on that. From your point of view, do you think it will be done?
Honestly, since it's a one-horse race, I think we can't mess this up. We're the only club that are really in negotiations with him right now. So we have a straight lead on him. So I think we should get the deal done. But again, until he's holding up that shirt, I'm calling BS.
So you think Jan Fjortov and Fabrizio are lying today?
I think I don't know, because Fab is usually always right. Like Fab's usually right. I just want it's been 2 years. We've been talking about this deal for 2 years. Until it happens, it's just tough for me to believe, because last summer I was in that club. I was in that Sancho FC, so I was gutted when he didn't come. So right now I've just learned to take it with a pinch of salt. You know what I mean? So
And absolutely, and people should. Do you know what's crazy about it? It's, we report on what the journalists or the in the knows say. It's down to the viewers. What I think the only thing I do find frustrating, and sometimes it literally makes me furious when people say, Terry, why are you making this up? And it's like, or why are you making up fake news? I'm like, no, I didn't tweet this. I didn't put the article out. I'm just telling you guys about it. And I hear what you're saying. For me, I'm open-minded about it. I sort of think that I don't think these journalists make this stuff up. I think they're legitimately told it. So I wouldn't necessarily refer to any of it as sort of BS or anything along those lines. It's just, will it go through or will it not? And the journalists that actually tweet and put out this information, they take a big risk by sharing it. I know there's a journalist we're talking to on the terrace that we've just pretty much done a deal with today to bring on a regular basis. He is very reluctant to tweet out information that he gets, mainly because he doesn't want the attention, the abuse, and the criticism that comes with it, because deals change and fluctuate all the time. There's no doubt about it at all. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. I wanted to get your opinion quickly as well on Fonseca. So the reports from Fabrizio are what Spurs have, it's kind of weird. So basically what Spurs have said he would get if he was manager, he's accepted and said he's willing to sign on those terms and conditions. It's been 3 days, but Spurs haven't made the official offer into him. Why do you think Spurs are holding back from offering that deal?
There's better managers out there, Terry. We know this. You know this. I don't know why they're after this guy, to be honest. Just because Conte fell through, but honestly, there's better managers out there, so I think they shouldn't be so quick to try and get this deal through, because if I were them, I would at least try and talk to Zidane. I know he wouldn't go there, but you never know, right? So there's better managers out there, in my opinion.
There we go. Listen, my guy, thanks for coming on and having your say. Really appreciate it, my man. Thank you very, very much indeed. And that's what we want, ladies and gentlemen. We want your views and opinions on what the journalists are saying, on what the news stories are. Do you think it's true? Do you think it's being twisted? Do you think it's been exaggerated? Come and give us your opinions. Don't be salty with the terrace. We're an aggregator. We're the message. You know what I mean? If I send you a really horrible text message, it's not EE's fault. It's not the iPhone's fault. Don't break your phone. Can you imagine? Oh, this phone sent me a bad text. No, someone sent it to you. The phone just was the facilitator. Yeah, well, I saw this video the other day on the internet. It had me in tears, bruv. So basically, these 3 young ladies were out for drinks, and this guy comes, he's a YouTuber, right? And he's like, let's play a game. Okay, yeah, cool. He says, do you have a boyfriend? To this one girl. She said, yes. She says, why don't we play a game where your 2 friends call him and pretend they want to go and say they want him to come pick them up, and then go like back to his apartment and have some fun. And they're like, oh yeah, he won't say that. He'll say no because he's faithful. And he's like, cool, let's test it. So the girls phone him up and they're like, hi, how you doing? He's like, yeah, great. Look, we're out drinking together, but we're a bit bored. Can you come pick us up? And he's like, yeah, okay. And then he's like, well, where do you want me to drop you? Oh, maybe we could come back to your house and chill out and have some fun. And he was like, yeah, that's fine. But don't tell whatever his girlfriend's name was, Helen. Helen got angry with the girls. And the host of this show was like, no. It's a prank. The girls don't actually want to meet your boyfriend, but your boyfriend didn't know it was a prank. And he said, yes. But the lady was angry with her friends and not her boyfriend. That's some of you lot. Terry's telling me stories that I don't believe. Well, go and speak to that journalist then. Do you know what I mean? It made me die. I literally thought of some of you lot. I was like, that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. Shoot the messenger things there. Shoot the messenger things. Let's go to some more calls here. Ziad is on the show next. Ziad, welcome back to the terrace, mate. What do you want to say?
Oh, I tell you, just that video. I think I know what video you're talking about.
Yeah, you've seen it. That's literally some people. They watch a video and go, so Terry's doing a legitimate video, about a legitimate story from one of the leading journalists in the world. Yeah, Terry, why are you making up stories? It's like, what? How are you putting that at me? Well, you shouldn't even speak about them. So imagine that logic. Imagine we don't do a video about any subject matter that one person doesn't think is true. I mean, that means we can't do any videos, because imagine we do a video and say Man United lost today because of Bruno Fernandes, and one person's like, no, we didn't, Terry, you're spreading shut the video down then. None of us ever speak about anything because one person might think it isn't true. That's the logic. Honestly, it's hilarious. Anyway, my guy, what you here to say, buddy?
Just on Jadon Sancho, I'm gonna give my view on what's happening now. I think I wouldn't say the journalists are talking rubbish, because I just doubt that. I just feel like it's very repetitive now. Let's be honest. We all knew if the right money was there, Dortmund were gonna sell. We've all known for a long time now that Sancho is willing to go to United. Like that's no new big news. The only news right now is, when are United gonna cough up the money? Because in all honesty, Dortmund would have told United, pay the money, you can go. It's as simple as that. So that's what I think on like the new updates today. But as a Chelsea fan, I'm gonna be honest, I really like Sancho, and I really wanted him if he's joining United. But obviously we don't need him right now, but I don't understand why he's going to United. I understand that the only reason behind it is of big money. It's Man United at the end of the day, and who else is he really going to go to? Because I don't see what United are doing that is so special. I don't see the manager, like, what is Sancho? Sancho is going to go to a big club, but let's be honest, with all due respect, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is no big manager, and I don't see what Sancho can learn of him. When in other times, if you wait a couple of years at Dortmund, and then Ziyech leaves, or we have a big idea on how Pulisic is going to be on his injury, or Hudson-Odoi goes on loan, then he can come join a club that's got a young team that are already winners, with a manager that is known for being able to coach young great talents. Done it with Dembele at Dortmund, done it with Mbappe and Neymar, Mkhitaryan, etc., etc. Why not wait a couple of years? Because let's be honest, he's only 20. What's the rush? You know what is the rush with Jadon Sancho?
Do you know what? I think you make some fair challenge. You make some fair challenge in terms of Man United, Ollie, why not wait? I know that he's a Chelsea fan growing up, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have a desire to play for Man United. Man United is still an attractive option for a number of reasons. One of the biggest being, if he can be part of a team that revives his club, the status in football is gargantuan. However, one of the biggest drivers for him leaving Dortmund is he wants to come back to the UK. He misses his friends and his family, and he's wanted to come back for well over a year now. So the problem he has is that, you know what it's like? It doesn't matter that he's a footballer earning lots of money. He doesn't like being away from his friends and his family. So he wants to get back. There isn't an opportunity for him to move to Liverpool right now, or Chelsea right now. There legitimately isn't any official movement to go in for him. So who knows? I mean, if he sits there and waits for, say he says this summer, do you know what? I'm going to wait another year, 2 years for Chelsea or Liverpool to be ready for me. But what if Chelsea or Liverpool find somebody else in the meantime? What if the team clicks into gear and there's no room and there's no space? And then in 2 years' time, Sancho's like, oh, I want to leave now. And Man United have bought somebody else and they don't need him either. The problem is you've got a very short career as a football player, and you have to make the right decisions at particular times. And I do understand logically where you're coming from, but I think in reality, a footballer isn't going to put their career on hold for 18 months, 2 years, waiting for maybe maybe these heart of hearts. He would love to be at Chelsea, but sometimes it's timing, mate. Like the timing, I just don't think is right for Chelsea, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's an interesting one.
with coming back, and United, of course, is a massive club and just the attraction is there. But is it really worth going right now with? Oh, because I want to go back. I want to see my friends, family, and United. Yeah, if they're a good club, why not? Or is it a case of he's still young, he's been there for years, so I doubt he's uncomfortable being in that kind of environment. And in a case of, I understand in generally football, they might in 2 years, clubs might not need them and and they might find a replacement. But Ziyech is turning 28. In a year or two, he's going to leave. That's a space open for him. We're going to understand if at the end of the day, this is Chelsea Football Club. If Pulisic keeps getting injured and doesn't stay consistent, he will leave. Another space open for Sancho. Currently, Hudson-Odoi, we don't know where he's at. If he's going to stay, if he's going to go on loan in the next couple of years, because we don't know his ability after that, his level after the big injury. And at the end of the day, Sancho is a world-class player. He is one of the best young talents out there. So he's always going to have clubs after him, if you know what I mean.
He is, but he wants to move now. And I think what you're discounting is maybe he disagrees with you on playing for Man United. Maybe he disagrees with you on how he's going to feel as a person playing for Ollie. You know, the one thing you've got to say, there's been no... You look at the quality players Man United currently have: Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba, Greenwood, Rashford. They all speak very, very highly of Ollie. Now, he's not as good a coach as the people that you've mentioned. Maybe Sancho feels in this stage of his career, it's one of the best options for him. We as fans may disagree with it. I've seen a lot of Man United fans say if Paul Pogba re-signs, they're actually going to be angry because they're going to question his ambition as a football player. And I'm like, are you really questioning his ambition, or does it put your opinions about Ollie in the mud? Because if your favourite player commits to playing for Ollie as opposed to moving to a better coach, a better club in your eyes, maybe that undoes your argument a little bit. Maybe Pogba knows and sees something that you don't. So I wouldn't totally discount the fact that Sancho last summer was willing to sign under Ollie, and this summer is willing to sign under Ollie. So there's clearly something there. Now, everyone might disagree and think he's mad for doing that, but he doesn't think he's mad. So I think there's a number of reasons as to why.
And he's got the terms
I do get your challenge and I do get your point. But football's so fast moving, who knows what's going to happen? Now, the deal that he's being offered is reportedly £300,000 per week. He wants to secure that. And I think he should. Mate, great call, though. Great points you made, my friend. Very, very good indeed. Top man. We have a super chat here that says, Terry, defend Ollie, man. Ollie brings up and helps young players, and it's worth it. We are doing well. Chelsea isn't better than us. This guy is chatting Waz, is what that super chat there is stated in relation to this. Let's do some more of your comments here. Fraser says Greenwood over Foden. Sancho is going to United. It's been happening for a while. Completely agree. Ryan here says Sancho just wants to come to United. People are mad. There is that as well. Sancho just wants to play for one of the most famous football clubs in the world. He does. And I think some people have just got to learn to accept that. Maybe if Chelsea were going in for him, it would be different, but they're not. So he isn't. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. It is what it is in relation to that. Remember, we're back at 5 o'clock today. We're going to be previewing and building up to the start of the Euros. Very, very excited. We've got some amazing games tonight. We're picking my fantasy team and creating the Football Terrace Fantasy League live on the air. And we're doing a sweepstake. So you'll be able to super chat in, put your name into the pot. You put your name into the pot, and then you will get a team, and you could win the contents of that sweepstake by the end of the Euros. We're going to go to KJ now to have his say on both these matters that have come up. I want to speak to you first, KJ, about the Fonseca situation, because we haven't had many callers on that today. Sancho news dominating again. And literally, second time in 2 days, I've set a stream up to talk about Tottenham or another club, and then something big is tweeted about Sancho, and it's like, So first off, Fonseca, he's been given an unofficial offer, which he's accepted, and basically said, listen, if I get offered what you've said, this contract, this money, this budget, this expectation, I'm willing to be your manager. But Spurs, after 3 days, haven't made it an official offer yet. Why do you think Spurs are delaying?
They have no idea what they're doing. That's why. They are still unsure about this manager situation. Like, it's come past the point of if buts and maybes. Like, they need to make a decision, and it's better to get this Fonseca guy in, try and build something, and if he doesn't work out, replace him with someone else who will be available in a year or 2 years' time, then just pondering around still now, waiting to find the perfect manager to be available. Because guess what? Most of them are at clubs that are already doing well, or they don't want to come to your club because you're not going to give them what they need anyway. So I feel like, I know Spurs fans don't like it, but if they sign him, they're going to be upset. And if they don't sign him, they're going to be upset because they haven't got a manager yet. So
Yeah.
either way, they're not looking good. So Spurs might as well just bite the bullet, get this guy in, and see where he goes from there. Because he's got more. He's won more things than Poch did before he came into the job. So
I mean, he has one more. That part is absolutely true. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. I just think they're waiting. I think they're, you know, like I said to you about the news, when all the news came in about the Martinez's, the Southgates, the Eddie Howes, it was all quite quiet, especially from a tier 1 Tottenham front. They were all a bit like, let's hold back on this. And I felt like the club didn't really want to sign those managers. And it was like, all the fans were angry about it. It's like this news came out and all the fans were angry about it. And I almost feel like Spurs are trying to find a better option before they commit. The problem they've got is they're running out of time because the Euros is going to be here, so the market slows down. But when it finishes, it will pick up massively. They need to buy players. They need to sell players. Very hard to do when you don't have a manager at your football club. So they've got to act pretty damn quickly. On the Sancho news, just very quickly, I know we spoke about it earlier on today. Fjortov said that Team Sancho thinks it's a done deal in Dortmund. They think it could happen next week. 80-odd million pounds is the mooted price. What's your thoughts around what Jan has said this afternoon?
It's not really an update, is it? Let's be honest now. Like, yeah, the Sancho camp think it's done, cool, but does Dortmund think it's done? That's the most important thing. If them saying it could be done next week, is that them trying to rush United or get United to actually put the bid in and be like, yo, fam, you guys know what it is. Just put the bid in and we can get this over and done with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, for me, it's just like, it's get to a point with this deal where it's just like, all these little updates every 2 minutes, every 5 minutes. Yeah, it's cool and exciting, but when you look past it, it's just like there's no real step forward in all of this. The situation's still the same. Man United know what they need to do. Man United need to do what they need to do to get Jadon Sancho, and then it's done. So yeah, as you can tell by my voice, man is jaded. Man is completely jaded with with this transfer, and when it gets done, I'll probably be happy.
Yeah, I understand.
But now
I guess my views are very different, really, because it's about remembering the stances of particular journalists and outlets last year. 2 days ago, one of the most credible tier 1 Dortmund-based publications said Dortmund are going to sell him. They never stated that last year at all. You've had this Jan Fjortov, literally all summer was like, nothing's changing, nothing's moving, nothing's happening. For him to be saying Dortmund think it could be happening next week, it's a very different stance to even what we heard just 2 days ago, which was Dortmund camp like there's been no. Remember 2 days ago when these guys, a lot of people were tweeting, and a lot of the German base were like, nothing's even happened, nothing's even moved forward. They haven't even come into us. So I do think there is some movement there, but I definitely get the jaded element. So it's going to be an interesting one to see what happens in the next few hours or next couple of days in relation to that. It really, really is, mate. But you know, as we've said to a few people already tonight, we're live again at 5. We're live again at 5 o'clock. Building up to the Euros this evening. It's going to be nice to sort of going through that and talking about that and everything else that's going on. Rumours that Man United have come in for Koeman. I asked someone about the Koeman rumours earlier on today, and they basically said it sounds to them like Kingsley Coman's team are trying to get a better deal elsewhere, and Man United are being used as a little bit of a pawn. That's what I was told. I don't know how true or not that is, but it's just what I was told earlier. So there we go. Look, everyone who's tuned in this afternoon, massive thank you for coming on and joining the terrace. But until next time, everyone, look after yourselves. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you.